Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Saturday, May 25th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, currently watching Blood Money, Jeremy Pierce. Welcome one and all. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And today's show, yes, Double or Nothing 2024 preview, predictions, going over the card, everything. Let's get into it. But for now, go on and hit my music. So, it's going to be a good show, but there are some people on the chopping block, coals feet to the fire. Who has the most to lose at Double or Nothing? Number 5, Willow Nightingale. She has been tremendous as the TBS champion. I think she's actually only had one defense, and that's been against Tam Nakano, but she has to prove that defeating Mercedes Mone was not a fluke. We'll get into who I think will win later on, but Willow is going to be on the top of her game, and this will be Mercedes' first in-ring action in a very long time. It's time for Willow to show what she's truly made of. Number 4, Will Ospreay. Now, Will finally got a loss on this most recent episode of Dynamite. I still think he probably should have lost to at least Takeshita. But the AEW has put a lot of stock into Will, and him winning the international championship would be a lot. It would mean so much, but he's got to prove that he is well worth the price of admission. Number 3, Swerve Strickland. This is Swerve's first title defense as the AEW World Champion. He's going up against a master in Christian Cage. We saw what Christian did recently with his reign as TNT champion, but Swerve's got to show that it is his house, that he is worthy of being the world champion. Can he go back to those dangerous roots that got him to the top? Number 2, the Elites. You're in charge. Tony Khan's made his return, and this is a match you know very, very well. Anarchy in the arena. You're going up against Bryan Danielson, FTR, and Darby Allin. That is very, very formidable. You've got to come out looking like a winner. You've got to come out on top, because what happens if you lose this match that you set, well, not necessarily set up, but someone you also set up? And number 1, of course, Mercedes Mone. Finally, the artist formerly known as Sasha Banks is back in the ring. She is going up against her very last opponent, a woman that has defeated her. You, Mercedes, have to show that you're worth the price of admission, that Tony Khan did not mess up. Win or lose, you got to show that you are ready and that you are truly back. And of course, we'll be right back. The spotlight is shining on 2 women that are just the best at what they do. Thunder Rosa, Deonna, Purrazzo have it right now on the pre-show, the buy-in. This is a fight started out as, respect, and now it's become personal beef. These women are very, very good, and Deonna has, failed taking down Toni Storm, but also Thunder Rosa. So now it's about beating each other to climb themselves back to the top. I could see this match becoming a street fight of some sorts, or it could just stay a pure wrestling match and let them two really just show the skills that they have. But they've got to get the crowd going, and I am ready for it. All right. AEW Double or Nothing 2020 for the 5th anniversary of this show. This is the 6th one. Basic math, basic reading comprehensions will let you know that it's the 5th anniversary, not the 6th anniversary. But the card looks absolutely fantastic. AEW knows what they're doing, and for those of you that don't know, Double or Nothing is more or less their WrestleMania. I always thought it would be All In, but every show feels big. But Double or Nothing is where the bread and butter is at. And before we get to this year's card, let's reminisce. Let's see what happened with last year's card. So Double or Nothing 2023, it took place at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and our card was as follows. Let me bring up the matches for you. On the pre-show, we had the Hardys and Hook defeating Ethan Page and the Guns, and then on the main card, Orange Cassidy defeated last eliminated Swerve Strickland, retaining the International Championship. This was a 21-man blackjack battle royal. Adam Cole defeated Chris Jericho in an unsanctioned match. Sabu was the special guest referee. Y'all remember that. FTR defeated Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Mark Briscoe was the special guest referee. Wardlow defeated Christian Cage in a ladder match, retaining the TNT Championship. Toni Storm defeated Jamie Hayter to win the AEW Women's World Championship. The House of Black defeated the Acclaimed in a House Rules match, retaining the AEW Trios Championships. The House Rules part was Gunn and Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed were not. They didn't specify the stipulation. It was just weird. Jade Cargill defeated Ty Valkyrie, retaining the AEW TBS Championship. Chris Statlander then made her return, defeating Jade Cargill to win the TBS Championship. MJF retained the AEW World Championship in a fatal 4-way against Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Jack Perry. And in the main event, the Black Bull Combat Club defeated the Elite in an Anarchy in the Arena match. And this has become really the match for Double or Nothing. But without further ado, let us get into this year's card. So we start on the pre-show, the buy-in. We have Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo. And like I stated earlier, I'm excited for this. I love both of these women. They are very, very good at what they do. And this currently is the only match in the pre-show, but knowing Tony Khan is going to add at least 2 more matches probably tonight on Collision. But Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo, this is a feud, a fight out of kind of respect for each other and out of hatred for each other, because it started out as respect, and now at this point they just don't like each other, and they're going to beat the holy hell out of each other. So who's got to come out on the winning side of this? Well, Deonna Purrazzo has been doing a lot of the talking, so for me, she's got to win. But I think Thunder Rosa is going to win just to keep Deonna Purrazzo in her place, because I don't think this feud is far from over. This feud should really end, either on a pay-per-view match or, the main event of a Collision or a Dynamite. And then we move over to the main card. First up, we have Adam Copeland defending the TNT Championship versus Malakai Black in a barbed wire steel cage match. And Adam Copeland got the upper hand recently on Dynamite with the Brood Bloodbath, but Malakai Black has been in this man's ear, been in his brain. He is wearing this man's wedding ring, trying to turn him. Listen, Adam Copeland has been absolutely amazing since returning back to wrestling, and he's got even better since going to AEW. Malakai Black needs this win. It's time to see the downfall of Adam Copeland for him to rise back up. So I am taking Malakai Black to win this match. It is time to get some gold back into the House of Black. Next up, we have Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay for the International Championship. Now, me personally, I wanted Will Ospreay to win this match. I wanted Will Ospreay to lose this match. He has just been winning too much. You got to start building people up. And what's it going to look like if the Undisputed Kingdom lose their gold, because currently they have the International Championship and they have the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. But then Will Ospreay went and lost on Dynamite this past week in a tag team match. So, the rules of opposite momentum say Will Ospreay should win, but I'm not so sure. He doesn't really interact with the Don Callis family anymore, even though he's still a part of that group. Does Roderick Strong come out the winner here? I mean, these two have really had some words for each other, and it got kind of personal with what they said, and this stung just a little bit. But with Will Ospreay losing this past week, I'm taking Will Ospreay to walk out of Double or Nothing as your new international champion. But then that puts more heat on him and makes him a target for the Undisputed Kingdom. So take Will Ospreay to defeat Roderick Strong and become the new international champion. Next, we have Trent Beretta versus Orange Cassidy. And here's my thing about this. I love Orange Cassidy. I love Trent Beretta. I just think Orange Cassidy wins too much. It doesn't seem right to set all of this up just to have Trent lose. Trent won the parking lot brawl against Chuck, and it seems like Orange has gotten the upper hand on Trent time and again. The question is, where does Don Callis fit in all of this? How is he going to get involved? Because he is going to get involved. He has been talking to Orange Cassidy. I can't really see Orange Cassidy joining the Don Callis family. So maybe Trent joins. Maybe Don Callis turns on Orange Cassidy, gets Trent to join, seeing as how Sammy Guevara is no longer part of the family, and Pobbs is out, and you got to keep your family up. So I'm actually going to take Trent Beretta to win here with the help of Don Callis. Next up, we have the Bang Bang Gang defending the AEW Unified Trios Championships against the Death Triangle. This is probably the one match in the call where I think it's a complete toss-up. The Death Triangle returned and reformed, and now we have them back. So does the Bang Bang Gang win? They have been absolutely fantastic. They unified the championships, taking the AEW Trios titles from the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, but you just don't bring back the Death Triangle to lose, right? They are former Trios champions, and the belts are unified. We only need one set of Trios championship. This is really, really hard. This is a toss-up. At some point, you've got to elevate Jay White. I mean, he's one of the top stars in all of professional wrestling. So this is tough. This is really, really tough. The match itself is going to be absolutely fantastic, but I think I'm going to go with the Death Triangle to win this match and walk out as your new Trios champions. But this match is definitely a toss-up. It's really, really hard to decide who's going to win. Here next up, we have Chris Jericho defending the FTW Championship versus Hook and Katsuyori Shibata. For those of you that don't know, FTW Championship is defended under FTW rules, which is pretty much anything goes. And Jericho with this learning tree gimmick has been absolutely fantastic. It's been amazing. I know he catches a lot of flack and a lot of hate, but he has been so good. And with Big Bill in his corner, he could likely retain. And then you have Hook and Shibata, who both want a piece of Jericho, but who also want the championship. And they're friends. How do they end up working together? How do they end up coming to blows? And then the wild card in this match is Samoa Joe. What is going on with the Joe? Does he get involved? He has said some things to Hook like, yo, real talk, what are you doing? Like, I thought I saw something special in you. I ain't got to worry about Shibata. I know what that man is capable of. It's Shibata. So he's good. This is interesting. I think Jericho's leaving with the belt. I think it's very, 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 very obvious he's leaving with the belt. Because this story needs to be extended. They can really drag this all the way out to Forbidden Door, to Grand Slam, to maybe even to All In or All Out. There's so much to do here with this. It's going to be fun match. This is going to be very entertaining. But I think just because Jericho has Big Bill with him, he is walking out as the champion. Because I think we really gotta do Hook versus Shibata one or two more times, and then throw Joe in there to really up this feud. But take Chris Jericho to win here. Next up, we have Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita in an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship eliminator match. And I understand people's apprehension with this match. Why is there an eliminator match on this card? Well, it's very, very simple. To get the win to Takeshita. Takeshita is the future of this business. And I understand that it's Jon Moxley, but when you defeat Jon Moxley, you come out looking like a star. Takeshita has so much going for him. You have to invest here. And the thing is, history says Takeshita is going to lose because one, Jon Moxley really loses, but also nobody ever wins eliminator matches. And I just feel like with this match being on the card, you have to give the win to Takeshita. It's okay. You have to give the win to Takeshita. Jon Moxley is essentially bulletproof here. He's bulletproof. He's bulletproof. He can take a loss here. Takeshita's got to win this match, and it's going to be so good. And I think Takeshita wins on his own. And I love Mox, but he understands this business. You got to get the win to Takeshita. Take Takeshita to win this match. Next up, we have Timeless Toni Storm defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Serena Deeb. And this is just so very obvious. This is another match. This is easily to predict. Toni Storm is winning here. Serena Deeb has come back from her seizures and her health issues, and she's been fantastic. And she's one of the few people that can go move for move, hole for hole with Toni Storm. Deeb has the speed and slight technical advantage, but Storm has the power advantage. The outcome is a foregone conclusion, but there's other bits and pieces here for the story that we got to talk about. Like, Mariah May is going to be there. What happens after the match will mean the Shirakawa show up, because we're moving things along. But Toni Storm is winning this match, and she's walking out as your AEW Women's World Champion. So lock that in. Next up, we have the first match of our triple main event: Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Mone, with Willow Nightingale defending the TBS Championship. It is all led up to this. The last time these two women fought, Willow walked away a champion. Mercedes Mone did not walk away at all. This is Mercedes Mone first match back since returning from injury. She's got to prove that she is who she says she is. Win or lose, she's got to come out here looking good, work off that ring rust, and show that the future is strong for the AEW women's division. Willow, I think, has to win here. And this is no bias. Y'all know I love me some Willow. But her reign can't just end. She just got the championship, has only had one defense, and she hasn't even had a defense in AEW. I think we can tell a really good story with Mercedes losing here and Willow proving who she is, who she says she is. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be a solid match because both of these women are good. It's going to get some time. They have been really promoting these women, banking on them to help carry that top end of this card. And I expect all of that to be true. I know the smart money is on Mercedes Mone winning. I just think it makes for a better story for Willow Nightingale to win. So I am taking Willow Nightingale to retain and leave as your TBS champion. Next up, we have the Elite, the team of Jack Perry, the Young Bucks, and Kazuchika Okada versus Bryan Danielson, FTR, and Darby Allin in an Anarchy in the Arena match. This is the main match for Double or Nothing, kind of like the gimmick match for the card. It happens damn near every year now. First question is, what song is going to be playing during the entirety of the match? And this is probably going to be the main event, because it was the main event last year, but there's a lot of story here. Bryan Danielson and FTR and Darby Allin just fighting for AEW, and the Elite are also quote unquote fighting for AEW, but they want the power. They want to remain in power. This is going to be a crazy match. It's going to be all over the place. Will there be blood? I hope there's not as much blood as it's been for the past couple of years. And there's also going to be some kind of crazy bump stunt from Darby Allin, because that is just what he does. I pray that he doesn't die. The Elite kind of have to win, right? They lost last year's match. They kind of have to win. They kind of have to come out of here saying that we told you what we were going to do, and we did it. No one can stop us. Jack Perry is back. I don't even think Jack Perry has had a match yet since coming back. Okada has won. He's the Continental Champion right now, but I think they're going to win just because Bryan Danielson always loses on pay-per-view. I just think this is the way it goes. So take the Elite to win Anarchy in the Arena. And lastly, whose house? Swerve Strickland defending the AEW World Championship against Christian Cage. And Christian is a great first opponent for Swerve. The story has been really, really good. Remember when Swerve did all that bad shit to Nick Wayne? Yeah, it's coming back to bite him in the ass, because that is what Christian has been doing, working with the Elite, getting the Mogul Embassy to turn on Swerve. Swerve has also been feuding a little bit with the Elite, so this is kind of crazy. There's so many moving parts here for this match, but Swerve is winning. I am sorry. Christian is going to make him and help him look like $100. Even Swerve don't really need help like that, but you know what I mean. It's just the perfect opponent, but Swerve is winning this match. He's just walking away as champion. He's got to walk away as champion. He just got the belt back. And the Christian, I don't know what Christian does after this, because the story and logically should dictate he should win here, because he is not in the wrong for what he's been doing. It's Swerve, he's just giving Swerve the receipts. But Swerve is winning this match. Oh my God, I think Nia Jax might kill Lyra Valkyria. Ooh. Anyway, Swerve is back. Prince Nana is back. This is going to be fun. Swerve is walking out as your champion. So one more time, the results. Thunder Rosa to defeat Deonna Purrazzo on the buy-in. Malakai Black to defeat Adam Copeland to win the TNT Championship. Will Ospreay to defeat Roderick Strong, winning the International Championship. Trent Beretta to defeat Orange Cassidy. The Death Triangle to defeat the Bang Bang Gang to win the Trio Championships. Chris Jericho defeating Hook and Katsuyori Shibata, retaining the FTW Championship. Konosuke Takeshita defeating John Moxley in the Eliminator match. Timeless Tony Storm defeating Serena Deeb to retain the Women's World Championship. Willow Nightingale defeating Mercedes Mone to retain the TBS Championship. The Elite to win Anarchy in the Arena, and Swerve Strickland to defeat Christian Cage, retaining the AEW World Championship. But that's our show. Let me know what you guys think. I am so ready. The card looks fantastic. Come back next week for the schedule. Got to get the June schedule up. Don't forget to check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And as always, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, Isla Dawn, Bailey, Gigi Dolan, Ina J. Holla at your boy. Peace.